Hello, welcome back again. In our fourth video, demo video, we discussed, we looked at the sales and CRM, customer relationship management as well. We'll continue on this video to discuss other features that are other modifications that we made on this system. So in this very video, I'm going to talk about kind of make it kind of navigate all through the modifications we made, and then we'll move further to discuss the new modules that have been introduced. Okay, before we proceed, let me take you to system settings to show you some of the modifications we made that pertains to the things I'm going to show you now, especially in the case of transfer and some other minor features that you already know that exist on SMA system. So let's just kind of walk through this. One of the things we did was to kind of separate number of days to disable sales from the number of days to disable purchases from the number of days to disable editing of transfer. So the number of days to disable editing on these various modules, we have to kind of separate it so that you can set different number of days for any tax for any of the modules. So then on the purchase module 2, we'll kind of introduce lot number, and the purchase module now has its own number of days to disable everything. Then also because of the accounting module, apart from the normal cost, the system also calculates kind of takes in consideration of your average costs, and that is what it uses to calculate your profit. Let me throw more light on what this average cost is. Let's say, for instance, on a particular product you purchase, let's say 10 of it initially at the rate of $20 per each. Then the next restock, that was an increase in the cost of the item, let's say by $25 by $5. So you purchase it at $25, but the previous purchase you're still having like let's say 5 pieces remaining or 5 cartons remaining before you brought in this. So the system kind of uses average cost to determine what it will set as your average cost, to do a calculation based on the quantity that you had remaining plus the quantity, the rate you bought it, and plus the quantity you brought in now and the rate you bought it. So it will use that to calculate an average cost, which the system is going to use to always set as your cost of sale. Okay, so that is what this feature is. If you want the system to be doing that for you, there's a place for you to enable that and also disable that. Okay, for transfer, we had another modification here, that a transfer process that now requires two users. One person initiated while another person will kind of the transfer process. This is a scenario that plays out where you have a warehouse officer and a sales officer or a stock officer. So that these are probably two different locations, whereby the warehouse officer is in charge of the items in the warehouse, while the stock officer is in charge of the items that are displayed for sale. So when the warehouse officer restock the shop, the stock officer confirms what the warehouse officer has brought out, then the transfer process will get completed. So if you want a situation where you need a second eye to verify whatever the other staff or the warehouse officer has brought out, then you have to enable this required to user to initiate and complete a transfer process. So you can as well disable this. So I think we'll demonstrate this in the system when we do a transfer. So you also have the number of editing days for transfer. Then coming to sell, you can set the this is actually what the flag sales uses, that sets the selling margin in percentage. So when you sell any product below this sales margin, the system flags it up. Then you also have okay, I remember in one of the videos I was trying to show you this dormant product alert. So this is you set the number of days that if you have not sold made sale on any product, the system kind of alerts you on that product that you have not made any sale on that system. So this is for sales commissions and calculation of the commission calculation type. Then these are the usual ones you already know. So without wasting much time, let's make go to purchase model, because there's a little modification that we made on purchase model, so that you will be able to edit product price when you're purchasing an item. So instead of probably when you finish purchasing, you go to product list and start editing the product price. So you can edit the product price directly when you're making that purchase. So if there's any cost increase, you can add the new cost of that item as immediately you're making those purchases. So let me demonstrate this, then we'll move on. Let's say we are buying this. Let's say we are buying this product. Let's say watermelon. Okay, buying yellow watermelon, and we'll buy 100 of it. Then the initial cost we have on it is 200. Let's say it has increased to 250. Okay, so based on the new, or 500, let's say 500. So based on the new cost increase, we want to kind of increase the price of that product. Looking at it, this price, the current price is $3,000. So we can decide to make it $3,500. So by the time we submit this purchase, the system will automatically update the cost, the price, both the price and the cost of these products. So let's have this open in a new tab. So the current, you can see that the current cost of this, both the average cost is 200, the current price is 300. So if we have this open in a new tab, you can refresh after submitting this purchase, so that we can see the effect of this. So let me go ahead and submit this purchase. So I've completed it. If we come back here and remove a figure here, okay, so you see that we have a new cost and selling price. So from the purchase module, you can edit the cost and price a particular product. So the next is to show you, we need to go back to sales, probably make more sales, then show you the feature of being able to make multiple sales return on a single invoice. On the current SMA system, you can only return item one. You can only make one return on an invoice. So, but I've modified the system in such a way that you can make as many, but you can continue returning on the same invoice until you exhaust the quantity, the item quantity in that very invoice. So, okay, probably instead of creating a new one, we can make use of any of this to show that. Let's use the POS. Okay, we'll have more cells here. So let's use this, or let's create a new cell. Let's create a new cell. So let's say is John Peter that's buying this. Okay, I've explained this feature earlier on, whereby if the customer is owing, you have a kind of a pop-up that lets you know that, oh, this customer is owing on some invoices. Then you can also see the customer's ledger balance. Okay, it also displays here the customer's ledger balance. So let's go ahead and add a few items for this customer. Make it in such a way that we'll be able to do multiple returns on this very invoice as well. So in that case, let's make this, let's say 100 of each. So let's pay for this. Let's have it as paid. Whether it's paid or is unpaid, you can actually make multiple returns on it. So let's have this paid. So we'll submit this. So we have created this invoice and we'll have these 4 items on it. And let's perform the first return on it. Click on sales return. And let's say we are returning 20 of each item. So, and when you're returning, you have 2 return modes: exchange or refund. So exchange only brings out option of refunding to the customer's wallet or gift card. That's a customer deposit or gift card, since the customer intends using the money to buy another item. So, but if it is a refund, then it means that you're going to refund the customer either cash or either via cash or by sending making payment to the customer's balance. So let's test two aspects. So let's assume that the customer intends exchanging this 20 of this product that is returning with another product. So let's do it that way and have this total amount refunded to the customer's wallet, that's deposited to the customer's wallet. So let's have it this way. Once we click on submit, we have successfully this carried out this return. When you view the invoice, you see the item that was bought and the item that was returned. So we can still go ahead to perform more returns on this, unlike the way I have it on the SMA system. So we can still click on return cell, and the system in this case now will show you the quantity of what is remaining out of what you bought initially. So in this case now we have it as 80. So let's say we are returning the whole of we are returning these two, that is 80, all of them. So we are returning them and the customer is receiving full refund for it. So we say we're paying the customer via cash. So we click on this. So we have performed a second return on this very invoice, and the system also show it to you here. That is this number 9 and number 10 item here. So you can continue performing return on this very invoice until the items on this invoice has been exhausted. So let's return the entire of this, whatever that is remaining, and we are paying bank. Let's take it as your bank. So you select bank payments and select the bank name and select transfer. So I need to adjust this. Let's demonstrate. Oh, okay, let's return the entire everything. Let's return everything. So click on submit. We have successfully returned every item on this invoice. So if I click on the modal, you see I've done all the returns. These are the returns. Then if I try performing another return on this very invoice, the system will tell me, okay, all items in this sales invoice have already been returned, so you can't perform any other further return on it. Okay, that's it. Then let's having done this, let's have a look at the Kardex reports for some of these products. Yesterday, let me show you what the Kardex report is. So this is where you have, let's pick up a particular item. You can filter down to a particular item. Let's say kiwi. You can run down through it. Okay, it shows you have an opening stock on this product 1000, and that was the first stock you had in. Then you made a sale of 100, is meant 900. You made another sale of 200, is meant 700. You transferred out 100. You transferred out 100 to warehouse 2, but the transfer status is still pending, so it has not made any deduction, so you still have your 700 intact. But then this transfer status was updated here, and the system now deducted the 100 from your 700. So what you have remaining is 600, and 100 was added to warehouse 2. So this continued that it now updated the transfer to completed status, which it has already done the deduction from warehouse 1. So what it did was to add the what was transferred to warehouse 2. So what is remaining in warehouse 2 here is now 100. So you made another sales from warehouse 1 and it's remaining 500. You returned item from a sale that was made from warehouse 1 and it's remaining 520. Return another sale, another 80 from that same invoice, and it returns back to 600. So you have the history of of items and stock within the warehouse within a specified period of time. That's what we refer to as the Kardex report. This Kardex report is also directly attached to each of the products from the product list, so we can actually view it. Let's say, for instance, you want to view this, you can click on this to view specifically for this product, and have it on your product details view as well. So this is it. The next thing we'll demonstrate is the transfer. So let's go back to transfer and perform transfer. But before we do that, let's have the settings set to require two users so that we'll be able to see what it's like. So when you set this to require two users, it means that one person cannot complete the transfer. You will need another user account to be able to complete the transfer. So let me just show you what it looks like. So the first, we have set that to that, we have set it to require two persons. So we're transferring from warehouse 1 to warehouse 2. So we'll add few items here. Let's say we'll have this and this. So we are transferring 50 of each. So the transfer status I have here is between pending and sent. So I cannot exceed these two status. So it's either I'm still leaving the transfer status maybe as a warehouse officer, I'm still preparing it. I've left the status as pending, and when I'm done with everything, bringing out what is meant to be transferred, then I can now change the status to sent. And you know that once the status of the transfer is sent, the system automatically deducts the item quantity from the warehouse or from the location where you're making the transfer from, but it doesn't add it to the location where you are sending the transfer to. So let me quickly just select it as sent out. So now that's much I can do. If I click on this to, hey, because I'm an owner's account, I have this complete status. But what it's meant to do is that it's not supposed to give you the complete option until another user logs in or another user account is logged in to complete the transfer process. Okay, good. But if you are trying to edit this transfer, once you have sent it out, the system will tell you that you won't be able to edit it because the deduction has already been made on the system. So let me complete this and we'll proceed to another thing. So okay, good. This is actually working. I try completing the transfer. I say sorry, the transfer product quantity needs to be physically confirmed and completed on the other system by another user. Okay, let me remove this restriction so that I'll be able to complete this transfer process. So if I try completing this again, it will now go through. So that is it. Thank you very much for watching. Next video we'll start talking about the other new modules that we have introduced. Thank you.